So, welcome. I'm Dan from the Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance, and I'd like to introduce you to electric induction cooktops. So, people are very familiar with gas stoves. They like the control, and they just sort of trust them. And this electric stuff is all kind of new. So, I'm going to compare side by side what it's like to boil a cup of water with a gas stove or with an electric cooktop. The electric cooktop I'm using is the $50 IKEA induction cooktop. So this is something that is not expensive to get. And of course you can get ranges that have these built in, but this is a nice inexpensive way to get started. So I have 1 cup of water. I'm going to pour the cup into both the gas and electric heated pans, and I'm going to fire them both up at the same time. I have these are very similar pans. This one's a little bigger and heavier, so the gas stove should have the advantage here, really. This is a O'Keefe and Merritt stove. It's very classic, and it's quite the cognitive dissonance between these two appliances. All right, so one thing while this is cooking, I want to mention is that the induction cooktop does not get hot. So I just put a paper towel between the pot and the cooker, and it doesn't interfere with the cooking at all. It's not going to burn. So this is a much safer cooking method. Also, if you're in a hot kitchen, these are nice because they don't make the kitchen as hot. Standing here in front of this, I feel the heat. Standing in front of this, I feel nothing. It's much more efficient in that sense. All right, so now I can see there's steam coming off the induction heated pot of water, whereas there isn't really off of the gas stove. And this is cranked all the way up. I don't even see any bubbles really, maybe just starting. But this has already reached a full rolling boil, and I think we can declare the induction stove as the faster of the two at this point. And that's my demo. I guess there's one other aspect to mention. With gas stoves, you're supposed to have a hood that vents to the outside because when gas burns, it can create carbon monoxide, which is dangerous, and other smoke-ish sort of things. But with induction stoves, you just don't have that kind of pollution. So I think the rules are different, and you don't need to have a fume hood. You may still want one, but it's not anywhere as near as necessary.
And do you know, on induction, is it easy to dial it down to a simmer level?
Oh yeah.
And get those variances that we need?
Yes. So this, you can crank it down. You can crank it anywhere between 60 and 1800 watts, right? So that's a lot of control. It has, looks like about 10 power levels.
Okay. And what is the electricity usage on having a full induction, range top? Do you know?
I think it's probably less than a regular electric stove.
Okay.
I think that it's probably like a toaster.
Okay. So it's not a heavy electricity pull?
No.
Okay, good.
The gas stove finally boiled after all this time.
There you go.
But yeah,
of course, you don't have to worry about electricity leaks blowing up your house.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, it's got a lot of safety aspects to it. I mean,
that's amazing.
And so you have an older parent who's forgetful, this is safer. If you have a child around, this is safer.
Yeah.
So it's got less fumes, less danger, less heat. It's faster, and it's just about as controllable as the gas flame. I think that's the main drawback of this one. It only has 10 power levels, and so you might have to like pick one that's not quite right, but it is just a $50 unit. I think
So
have better.
if you use electricity in a storm, or because of an earthquake or something, then you can't cook because you don't have your electricity. Do people who have all electric houses and are doing this, do they have generators or batteries? Is that what's becoming standard?
Nope. And in fact, new gas stoves won't turn on if there isn't electricity. It's a new safety feature. So yeah, believe it or not, this old thing, sure, you could use it when power is out, but the ones you buy today, they have an interlock. They do not want you running the gas if there's no power.
Did not know that.
Strange, but true. But yeah, batteries for houses, they're coming down in price quite a bit. And I think in Hawaii and in parts of California, almost half of the houses that get solar also get a battery. So it's coming.
Okay.
So thank you for your attention.
Great.